Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. This is a pretty polarizing title for a video, so I'm gonna back this up with evidence because I'll be real, this uh this is gonna get a lot of dislikes because people don't want to hear what I'm gonna say, but that's fine. But so I'm I'm going to talk about why 2020 will be a disaster, a complete and utter disaster for the Republicans. And first, I want to say, yeah, the Republicans, they can still win the election, blah blah blah. But right now, anyone who's forecasting that Trump's going to narrowly pull it out, for example, they're ignoring every single metric you can find. Literally every single metric, every model except for that one crazy model that had Trump winning the popular vote by 10% in 2016 is showing Joe Biden winning this election. So I'm actually going to rename these Biden, and I'm going to rename this to Trump. Trump. So yeah, this is an electoral map that I did not think we were going to see back in February. I didn't think that Biden was going to win Arizona. Didn't think he was going to win Florida. Didn't think he was going to win. A lot of these states were like toss-ups, like Pennsylvania, in North Carolina. I believe would be toss-ups, not leading towards the Democrats. Wisconsin, I thought was going to go to narrowly Trump, and I thought Michigan was going to be a lot closer than this, and I thought that Alaska wasn't really going to be in play. Indiana wasn't going to be in play. Missouri wasn't going to be in play. Mississippi wasn't going to be in play. South Carolina wasn't going to be in play. Georgia would be likely. All that stuff. So, yeah. So I'm going to talk about, from my point of view, why this election will be a disaster. A complete disaster for the Republican Party. So, first of all, let's just talk about how bad Trump's presidency has been for the GOP. I mean, if Hillary Clinton won the 2018 midterms, it would have been horrible for the Democrats. Probably would have had a Republican supermajority, kind of like what happened in 2008 with the Democrats. You also would have had Democrats. They would not have won the Doug Jones election in Alabama. Probably they wouldn't have won, for example, the Kentucky governor election. They wouldn't have held on to the governor seat in Louisiana. They wouldn't have won a bunch of Senate. They wouldn't. They lost. They won Senate races in Montana, West Virginia, Ohio, um, Wisconsin, Michigan, 2 in Minnesota. They flipped Nevada. They flipped Arizona. Uh, they came close to winning a governor race in Georgia. They won a Senate race in Virginia by 17 points. They won Pennsylvania. They won Maine. They won New Hampshire. They would not be winning in those places if Hillary Clinton was president right now. So because she's just so unpopular. That, and Democrats have just been crushing it. Like, since Trump won, Democrat enthusiasm has gone up. I mean, they won an election in Alabama. That says they won in spread states. They have won elections in. Okay, here, we're gonna pull up this map. They've won in Montana. They have won races in like talking with governor Senate races. They have won Senate races in Ohio, in Kentucky, in West Virginia. They won a Senate race in Alabama. They won a governor's race in Louisiana. They won a governor's race in Kentucky. Uh, they've been winning consistently in Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania since Trump won. They flipped a governor's seat in Illinois. They won the House vote in Iowa. Flipped a Senate seat in Nevada. Flipped a seat in Arizona. Governor's mansion in New Mexico. Uh, flipped a governor's seat in South Dakota. Won the governor's seat in North Carolina. Have been crushing it in Virginia. Won Senate and governor races by huge margins in Pennsylvania. Not letting the Republicans win a single statewide election other than the Chris Sununu election in New Hampshire. They've been winning in places like swing state, 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 swing state. Important Senate race, important Senate race. So they've been winning here consistently, and all these other states are there are a lot of other states that are going to be safe for the Democrats that I didn't even mention because they're safe for the Democrats. I mean, all these places, these are all places that Democrats have won in consistently since Donald Trump has been elected president. There's been an anti-Trump wave in every election we've seen. They won in Kentucky. They won in Alabama. They won in Louisiana. They won in West Virginia. This is because Trump is he is historically unpopular. 41% approval rating. At this point in time, even George Bush was higher than him. George Bush was 2 points higher than Donald, almost 3 points higher than Donald Trump. Barack Obama, at this point in time, was 7 points higher than Donald Trump. Bill Clinton, 16 points higher. And, Bush Sr., he was lower, but guess what? He lost re-election. Reagan, much higher. Jimmy Carter, about the same level. Guess what? He lost re-election. John F. Kennedy, sadly, he died. But Eisenhower was way higher. Harry Truman, he didn't. Oh yeah. Okay. So, bottom line is Donald Trump. All the metrics started finding him in trouble. And if we look at president general election, to go national, Biden has never trailed. Even back in February, Biden has never trailed. But you keep going. Like February, it was a 4-point lead for Joe Biden. Now it's at 8.5 nearly. Every single swing state. Let's go to swing states. Arizona, Joe Biden has consistently led, except back in February. Do you want to talk about Florida? Joe Biden consistently leading by 6 points. Georgia, Joe Biden he's coming very close to leading in Georgia. Iowa, Donald Trump leading there, but Joe Biden doesn't need Iowa. I mean, talk about all these states. Joe Biden, he's winning in all the places that he needs to win, and even some extra places. He is winning in New Hampshire by margins that Hillary Clinton never led by. He is winning in North Carolina by consistently, whereas Hillary Clinton is kind of back and forth. Ohio, he was winning for a while there, and Trump overtook him barely. He is winning in Pennsylvania by margins that Hillary Clinton never led by. He is winning in places that we did not expect to be competitive. Like Wisconsin, we didn't expect to be competitive, but they're making gains. They're putting Texas in play. They're putting Georgia in play. They're making a play for Alaska, Utah, and Montana. Republicans are going to have to defend a lot of places that they didn't have to defend back in 2016. They're defending a Senate race in Montana, in Kansas if Kobach is the nominee, in Alaska. They have to defend 38 electoral votes down here. This was a state called it poll closing in 2016. They got to defend Georgia. And this time, Donald Trump does not have the appeal that he had to these voters back in 2016 in places like Ohio and Iowa and Indiana and Missouri. That's why Joe Biden is going to make the margins a lot closer than they were back in 2016. In Wisconsin, Wisconsin, they rejected like 25,000 voters in a state that Hillary Clinton only lost by 12,000 because the Republican governor. They now have a Democrat governor, and Joe Biden is 10 times he is infinitely better in the Rust Belt than Hillary Clinton ever will be or was in 2016. 2008, she wasn't that bad, but. I mean, Donald Trump is so unpopular that we've never seen someone so unpopular. And if you want to compare every single poll to, let's see, I don't know, north of Michigan, that's a crucial state. Right now, at this point in time, let's go to August 3rd. Well, it's August 4th when I released this. Clinton was ahead by, she was ahead by 6. Joe Biden is ahead by, let's see how many. I already did a video of this with just an example. 7.5. 7.7 actually. Hillary Clinton lost it by 0.3. Even if you weight the polls by, and remember, pollsters have fixed their method, so it's going to be more accurate, and Joe Biden's ahead by 7.7. Even if you do that silly weighting thing, Joe Biden still wins by a decent margin. Not a huge margin, but a decent margin. And, like, you want to go to the Senate level? I will go to the Senate level gladly. They have to defend seats. Like, I just want to talk about the seats that the GOP has to defend. They have to defend seats in red states like Montana, Kansas, or competitive seats, I guess. Iowa, well, although Iowa's kind of a swing state. Texas. Well, Texas isn't really in play for the Democrats, but I'll just say that. Arizona's good. Pretty red state, traditionally. They have to work to flip a seat in Alabama. They have to work to hold those seats in Georgia. They are trailing, or they are neck and neck in polls in South Carolina. Unpopular incumbent in North Carolina. Unpopular incumbent in Kentucky. A very unpopular incumbent in Maine. Popular opponent in Montana. Unpopular incumbent in Iowa. Very, very unpopular candidate in Kansas. Unpopular incumbent in Arizona. Bad incumbent in Colorado. And they're going to lose, for sure, they're going to lose Colorado and Arizona. They're probably going to lose in North Carolina and Maine. They'll probably hold on to these 4. And they're probably going to lose in Montana because at this point, Steve Bullock consistently outdoing Steve Daines in every single metric you can find. Kansas Kobach is, if he's the nominee, they're done. And you give the Democrats these seats, like even filling out, leaving out Iowa, still win without Iowa. Or sorry, I'm forgetting. Leaving, like you can leave out Colorado and they still win. Leave out Arizona, they still win. Montana, they still tie, and Joe Biden's on the pathway to victory in the Senate. So right now, the Democrats are poised to take control of the Senate, and this is going to be the biggest blue wave that I have watched. I mean, I watched 2018, that was a blue wave, but this is going to be even bigger because this country is so sick and tired of Donald Trump, and I'm not biased, that's just the truth. Look, when you have a 41% approval rating, you're not popular. That's just how it is, okay? And people are sick and tired of Donald Trump right now, and that is not, and no kidding, Donald, that's not going to help him in the election. So we're talking about an electorate that went to the Democrats they flocked because people don't love Democrats, but they hate Trump, and Democrats are right now the anti-Trump movement in America. So when we talk about Democrats being popular, Democrats aren't popular. Trump is unpopular, and people are seeing the Democrats as the only alternative to Donald Trump. So they flocked to them by 9 points in the midterms. They made states like Michigan, or not Michigan. They made states like Florida look like far right-wing states when in reality Florida was GOP +1 and the nation was Democrat +1. Everything that we're seeing in 2016, Joe Biden is outdoing Hillary Clinton in every metric. Democrats, they held on to Senate seats in Montana. I already talked about this. Nevada, or they flipped Nevada and Arizona, so the Sun Belt is trending blue. Held on to places like Montana, even though Donald Trump consistently campaigned for Matt Rosendale there. Held on to Montana, held on to Wisconsin, held on to Michigan, held on to Ohio, held on to Pennsylvania, held on to West Virginia. And they came pretty close to winning Tennessee for a Democrat. They barely lost Florida. They had a very unpopular incumbent who was he was like Mitch McConnell level unpopular, still win by double digits in New Jersey. You had a Democratic Socialist winning easily, although it is a blue state. And even though you had two Democrats in the race, still winning easily in Maine. They made North Dakota competitive, and in those a Democratic incumbent, but Colorado's not going to be too competitive. They flipped a seat in Arizona. So when we talk about, in the House is even worse for the Republicans. And I'm going to try to end this video here, but this election, every single metric, if I'm wrong, I'm not going to delete these videos, because every single metric is showing me that Joe Biden will be the next president of the United States. And if he's not, then there is something seriously wrong going on. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Share with your friends. I expect this video to get a lot of dislikes, as I mentioned earlier, but be sure to like so we can you can get more likes and dislikes. Also, I'm doing a live stream tonight, 7:15 p.m. Pacific, 10:15 p.m. Eastern, for the Kansas Senate primary, Kobach versus Marshall. So, yeah, guys, be sure to stick around for that, and I'll see you all in the next one, hopefully tonight.